Welcome to the Outlier Trading Room. My name is Christopher Ewell. I've twice been awarded top 100 people in finance. I was mentored by 5 of the market wizards, the best traders of all time. I've been successfully trading since 2009, and this is where outliers like us save time, make money, and start winning with less risk together as a team. So go ahead and subscribe if you haven't already. We have a lot to do today, and putting on some trades has something to do with what we have a lot to do today. But before we get to the trades, I want to do our member highlight. So I'm going to drop into our Discord real quick, and we're going to go over to the share your big wins section. Now, if you're watching live and you would like to win some money as well, I would highly encourage you, before I do this, I have to go over here to StreamYard. I have to choose this live stream, and then I have to put a hashtag. Let's put hashtag OVTLYR. If you are interested in winning some money, you need to put hashtag OVTLYR in the chat. But let's go see what's going on over here in the Discord. MT says, my big win was not a financial gain, some wins and some losses, but learning to trade options by going live and only buying one contract on 3 consecutive days and learning how to sell them. This was my first time using the Thinkorswim platform. So very cool, MT. I think that's awesome. Next, Mr. T-Rex says, I sit in cash and I didn't F up, and it worked on his psychology. Absolutely perfect. And Carol Catherine, look at this, up 900%. Good gravy. We need to be listening to Carol Catherine is what we need to be doing. Still sitting in cash, looking at the charts. If you follow the outlier rules, you can win big and trade with less risk. My portfolio just keeps growing as I sleep. Outstanding work, Carol. So if you posted over in the share your big wins section, you are entered to win the weekly winner circle this week. Now, it's just for fun. It's just a $10 Amazon gift card, but we want to reward you and let you know how much we appreciate you putting your success stories, I guess you could say, in the chat. So my rule is for every 20 people entered, we will do a drawing. So there's 32 right now. So let's move this. We'll have 2 groups of 16. If I did that correctly, I want the sum, I want the count. I need to move one up. 2 groups of 16. So that should be 16 and 16. Yeah, there we go. Okay. So first group is possible winners is MT, Ozzy, Ian, Pete, Dave, Jayhawk, Baseball Junior. That's 1 through 16. Let's do those real quick. Ready? 1, 2, 3. And we're going to go to random.org, so I don't have to. I am not picking favorites. Let's see. Random.org gives us number 10, and that is Michael 8-Ball 1972. Congratulations, Michael 8-Ball 1972. You are our first winner today in the weekly winner circle. Now, the second group is going to start from 17 to 32. And yep, to 32. Let's hit generate. Number 17, and that was Chris P, won our second $10 Amazon gift card. How cool is that? So congratulations to Michael. Congratulations to Chris P. You've got about 30 seconds left to put hashtag outlier in the chat if you want to win watching live right now. So let me go say congratulations to those 2 gentlemen here. Congrats to at Michael. Was it Michael 8-Ball Jr.? Michael 8-Ball 1972. Michael 8-Ball 1972. That must be him right there. And to the second winner was Chris P 95481. Be sure you put hashtag outlier in the chat. And at Chris P. Oh man, now I gotta make sure I do it right. Chris P. Can I just paste this in? At paste. There we go. Boom. Congrats to you 2. You are the winners of our weekly winner circle. All right, and April will send you those gift cards on Monday. Congratulations to you 2. Too late, Tennessee Dave. Too late, bruh. Too late, but outstanding, right? He's up over 4,000 last month. I'm super, super happy for you, Tennessee Dave, but you just missed out. You just missed out on this week. You'll have to do it next week. So last chance for a winner watching live, Chris P. Bacon. Hey, there's Chris P right there. You are awesome, my dude. Hey, if you win today, do us a favor and send us an email, support@outlier.com. That way we know where to send that $10 Amazon gift card. And in 3, 2, 1, last chance. If you didn't get it in by now, you're not going to make it. Go. All right. The winner for the live drawing is Philip Overdune. What's up, Philip? Congrats to Philip. Congrats to Philip. All right, Philip, way to go. Let me write your name down before I forget. PHILIPOVERDUIN. All right, I'm gonna email our support team so they know to be expecting you. Don't anybody. Hey, there's Philip right there. You are welcome, dude. Congratulations. Nobody try and catfish as Philip, by the way. We want to make sure Philip gets the $10 Amazon. So Philip, send us an email over at support@outlier.com. And listen, if you guys try and catfish as Philip, we don't get to do this anymore. You get it, right? Like this is a cool place with cool people. But if you break the coolness, it's over. All right. So we're off of that. We are done with the weekly winner circle, but I want to hear from you. Tell me your success stories in the chat. And listen, the way that you can pay me back is by telling everybody you know about Outlier. Because the first rule of Outlier is you tell everyone you know, and you hit the like button. All right. So if you're ready to save time, make money, and start winning with less risk. Oh, wait a minute. I skipped a slide. So real quick, what is Outlier and how does it work? Well, old Uncle Warren used to say, be fearful when others are greedy, and greedy when others are fearful. Outlier shows you if investors are acting irrationally fearful or greedy, and by how much, allowing you to get into the stock before the Outlier move happens. Now, if you're ready to save time, make money, and start winning with less risk, you can do it in just 3 easy steps. Step 1, head on over to outlier.com, grab the annual pass for literally 82 cents a day. Or if you're on the monthly pass, you can save 64% by just clicking that little button right there and save 64%. It's the easiest way to save 64% in the whole world. Step 2 is start using the OVTLYR 9. And step 3, sit back and relax because you just found the easiest way to save time, make money, and start winning with less risk. Now, my style of trading is called the golden ticket trading strategy. And I've been in cash for a few weeks, or actually SGov, earning some interest, but I am ready to make some trades. How about you guys? Let's grab our brand new, this is really cool, our brand new OVTLYR 9 template from Deep Thought that should allow us to blast through this in a cool way. Check this out. So if I pop this open now, boom, 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 boom. I love it. It's so fun. All right. So let's start with all of these on red and let's prove to ourselves that it actually is set up for the slingshot. How's that sound? Let's prove that we're set up for the slingshot. So first, let's look at the trend of the market. So let's go to the SPY. Let me close a couple tabs here. Let's go to the SPY. Still haven't got to the right tab. I'm going to need the Discord in a minute. That's okay. I'll come back. Where's SPY? There we go. Okay. Apologies. All right. So we are in SPY. And we're going to look at, because this is the market, the trend of the market, the signal of the market, and the breadth of the market. So the trend on the SPY is moving up. We've got our green overlay here with the 10/20, price over 50. Very cool. We have a buy signal that came through today. Ultra very cool. I will take that. So let's mark these green. Look, I can just click it. Isn't that cool? I love that. Next, let's go look at the breadth of the market over here in market breadth. On the full stocks, and I use the 10 EMA, we are still crossed over bullishly on breadth. So we're good to go on breadth over here. Now let's look at the sectors of the different stocks. So of course, there's all kinds of different stocks that you could look at, but I run my screener, and that screener gives me the ability to very, very quickly know which stocks I'm looking at. Now, let me show you my screener criteria real quick. Positive backtest, over 1 million shares average daily volume with a buy signal, all market caps greater than $20 because I'm a snob, heat map 0 to 90, heat map moving up with a green overlay. Now, what does all that mean? We want it to look like these stocks, right? In fact, that's not what I want to look at. Let's look at MP. I've been looking at these earlier, so I know that MP actually looks great to me. So we'll start with MP. All right, we have a buy signal. Actually, let's go back to the sector. The sector is getting more greedy, and the sector breadth is still crossed over. It's coming down. It's coming down, but it is still crossed over bullishly. Now, breadth is measuring how many buy signals we have in that sector. So this actually is still good to go. So let's go back over here. Click this button here. So fear and greed and breadth for this sector still look great. Now, let me see. I'm curious about something because my flow is a little messed up using the OVTLYR 9. But what I want to see is starting with the highest backtest and working our way down. Hold on. I still have it up. I do still have it up. Okay, cool. So these are the stocks that I pulled out of the screener earlier today. Now, I put them in a spreadsheet just so it's a little bit easier for me to manage. And a bunch of them already had order blocks on top of them. So the only ones who didn't have order blocks were MP, PBF, which this one does, but it's still got room. My rule on order blocks is about 2% away. This is still about 4% away. And RRC is going to close on top of this order block right here, unless something goes haywire. So this looks great to me as well. So MP, PBF, and RRC are the three that I'm willing to look at. So let's highlight these real quick. MP, RRC, and lastly, it was PBF. So these three. Now, the reason that I wanted to pull this spreadsheet up is to make it a little bit easier to see, because this will tell us, starting with the highest backtest and working our way down. Start with the highest backtest and work our way down. Confirm the OVTLYR 9 is 100% set up. In fact, I may want to move the order of this. Either way, we'll start with this. Start with the highest backtest and work our way down. Do you want to move the order of this a little bit? Yeah, let's go with that for now. Okay. So the highest backtest was 50% on MP, 186% on PBF, or 599 or 595% on RRC. So RRC looks hella good to me. Let's go to RRC real quick. Steven, the SPY can be below its 10 EMA. Doesn't change anything to me. Doesn't change anything to me. If it's below its 20, that's where I get a little bit nervous, and that's where I change direction. But under the 10 is fine. 10 is still over the 20, price is still over the 50. So buy signal on RRC. The sector is getting more greedy. The sector has bullish breadth. So let's go and do this again. Pull this down here. Make a copy of it. Pull it down here. Okay. Is this one that I can edit? No. Hold tight. On the fly changes. It was this one here. On the fly changes. Here we go. All right. So fear and greed and breadth is good. Now let's go look at the components of the stock. So we have bullish trend, 10 over 20, price over 50, with the buy signal, with the stock getting more greedy right here. So this looks great to me. So boom, boom. Oh wait, gotta click one more button here. Boom, boom, boom. There we go. Now it's already at strong buy. And if it's going to close over this order block right here, which it really looks strong, really looks like it will, I am very happy with that, because support becomes resistance, resistance becomes support, and outlier blocks. This is a full 9 out of 9. If I don't take this trade, I'm not following my plan. So very exciting about that. Double check on the charts. No order blocks in the way. We just did that. No earnings the next 3 days. Nope. 10 over 20, price over 50, and then it's above the prior day's low. We can see that right here. So I like RRC. I like it a lot. Let's go over to the options chain. RRC. So Steve had a great idea of using the paper trading. I believe this is the paper trading version, and actually putting in the trade in the paper trading and then going through so you can see the steps and everything like that. I'm actually going to put the real trades on my other screen in my business account, but this one we can do live together. So if we go to RRC, I'm looking on these option chains here. I want to see at least 21 days to expiration. Starting at 21 days to expiration, 250 plus open interest, less than 50-cent bid-ask spread, and 20% or less extrinsic value. That's going to get me to right around here. You can see the open interest. So 35 days to expiration or 7 days. We're not going 7 days. So looking at here, this strike is the only one that would work. It's 40 cents wide right now. I bet we could cross the middle of that and not actually get filled at 410. 371 open interest, 84 cents on 410 is how much? 84 cents, 83 cents, 83 divided by 410 is 20.2%. So that looks great to me. Let's see if we can actually use this paper trading account to make it work. Let's see if it works. Okay, it did work. Okay, so this is working right now. Sometimes you got to move up to get filled. We're just going to let that run. I'm going to go on my other screen and actually make a real trade. So I'm going to RRC July 18th. this in. RRC, July 18th. And I'm looking at the July 18th 38s. Yeah, this is weird. On my other screen, it shows between 4 and 410. That's weird. Okay, so let's... we cancel that order right here. We have to go to orders, don't we? Okay. Replace. We need to bump this up to like 405, 410. Let's do 410. Replace. Okay, that was filled. So now we should have one in the paper trading. There we go. Cool. All right, so that worked. Now it's not live, clearly. That's fine. We'll keep up with that way, Steve. I like the idea. If this will like work the way that I want it to. So I'm actually going to put on the real trade. The July 18th, 38 calls. Now I'm managing family money now. So give me a second here. I have to make 2 different purchases every time I make trades now. So this is RRC and first purchase. Okay. And let's see if I can get filled at. Oh. Let's see if I can get filled at 405. Submit. Oh, I don't know if that's going to fill at 405. Let's go look at the RRC chart right here. If it's moving up, it's going to get harder to be filled. If it's moving down, it's going to get easier to get filled. Doesn't look like it's going to get filled at 405. Let's replace that. Let's push it up to 410. Still not filled yet. Let's push it 415. This is a good thing. I know it sounds crazy. Oh, I don't want to spend more, but this is a good thing. This is proving that people want to own the stock. Still not filled at 415. Let's bump that up to 420. I don't want to overpay, but we might have to. Oh, here we go. We're filling. Okay, we are in RRC. Fill price was 420. Okay, that was the first purchase. Now I need to go make the second purchase. Okay. Here. Still putting that in at 420. Work. Ooh, this one's not filled at 420. Sorry, this takes a couple of extra minutes here. Man, pushing up higher. Replace 425. Okay. 424 was the second price. So we're going to go with 420 in the first one. Let me go to the Discord. I'll put this in. Yeah, everyone purchasing is driving up the price pretty much. Okay, let's go to the OVTLYR trading room and let me put in the open. Trade number 1, trade number 2, trade number 2. Here we go. Close, close. I need an open. Hold on. I'm lazy. I'm trying to copy it. Here we go. Trade number 1. There we go. Okay, so today is the 13th, 6/13. Trade number 1. This was the, wasn't it 41s? This was the 38s, 7/18 38s, an RRC. $38 calls. I got filled. Big trade was at 420. Yeah, 420. That's what we're going to put down here. 420. When it was trading at 41.30. That's what the trade is right now. Okay, done with that. Let's go to the next one. Sorry for the clunkiness of this. Second one. So we are in RRC. Let it rip, bro. Let it rip. Okay, let's go to the next one on here. So PBF was the next one. PBF. Let's go with the daily chart. PBF still has 4% up to this order block. That's fine. I have no issues with that. Let's go to PBF. All right, so now let's look at the July 18th, 78 delta calls. This is 68 cents on 370. 68 by 370. 18% in extrinsic value. So I like that. But this paper trading is slowing me down and it's annoying me. We're not going to do this anymore. In fact, give me just a second here. I need to log out of that one because I think it's got delayed quotes. We're going to re-log in using real account. Sorry, talk amongst yourselves. Do you check the OVTLYR 9 first? Of course, Deb. Let's do it. Of course, Deb. All right. If you didn't get filled, your price is not high enough. So you'd have to bump up the price, which sucks. But if you want to play the game, sometimes you got to pay extra. So let's go do the OVTLYR 9 on PBF. All right, Steve, I love the idea, but it's not going to work out for me. It's just it makes things clunkier and slower. Okay, going to PBF. We're looking at the buy signal. Let's do the sector, the energy sector, getting more bullish. The breadth is getting more bullish on PBF. So everything's good here. Next, we'll do the buy signal, 10 over 20, price over 50 in a bullish trend. And the stock is getting more bullish here on the fear and greed. So that looks great. Any outlier blocks? There is one, but we've got 4%, which is great. I have no issue with that. My rule of thumb is 2%. If it moves up 4%, Chris is a happy boy. Chris is not complaining if he's going to get that 4%. So let's go to the option chain for PBF. Now this is live stats, so it should be a lot easier. Let's go to PBF. I'm looking at the July 18th. Looking at the 18 calls right here. 69 cents on 370. Did I already do that? Yeah, I did. Okay. This is the PBF July 18th, 18 calls. And get your position sizing. Is actually, for me, nearly identical in position sizing to RRC that I just put on. So let's go get that. Right. And I'm putting in the order starting at 3. No, what am I putting in the order? That just widened out like crazy, didn't it? Yeah. I was like, wait a minute, I thought I did 370 and it just got really wide. I'm gonna send the order at 365. Oh yeah, see now it's slowed down, 370, 385. Okay, let me bump that up. PBF, replace. I'll bump it to 375. See if we can get filled at mid price. Maybe not. Let's try it again. Place at 380. There we go. Filled at 380. All right, so I'm in PBF at 380. Let me go into the other account and do the same. And PBF, it's literally the same, like almost exactly between the two. That's interesting. Between the two trades we're looking at. Okay. All right, PBF, trying it again at 380. Oh man, is this one moving too? Filled at 380. Okay, so total fill at 380. Let's do this here. Trade number 2. Bought the 718 PBF. 18 calls. Yeah, this is a cheap call. But interestingly, that the price of it, oh wait, what was the price of it? 380. It's only 40 cents less than one that's basically twice as expensive. when trading at. PBF is currently at 21.16. Okay, trade number 2. It's on the board. Let's do the third one here, which was MP. So let's do the OVTLYR 9 on MP. There's a couple tabs here. MP. You know what, Senior Wahoo? I'm good for that. You guys buy the mess out of this too. I am so good for that. Okay, so this is in the material sector. It is bullish breadth. It is bullish on fear and greed, and it is moving up on fear and greed on the sector and fear and greed on the stock itself. Very cool. Buy signal today, 10 over 20, price over 50. So I know all this is lit up right here. Let's double check for our order blocks on top of MP. There are no order blocks to be seen on top of MP. I like it a lot. Let's go to the options chain on MP. And MP. Let's start here on the July 3rd. I think I was pricing this out earlier and I had to move around. Yeah, the open interest is not enough for me here. So if I go to June 27th, there's a lot more open interest over here. Looking at the 27.5 strike right there, has 539 open interest. Extrinsic value is 81 cents on 350. How much? 23%. I can go with that. No problem there. So I'm going to buy the MP June 27th, 27.5 calls. Probably going to have to get filled at 350, but let's see. MP. June 27th, 27.5 calls. And let me get my position sizing. Okay. 7.5 calls. And current price shows 345. Let me bump 350. Oof, not getting filled at 350. Okay. Let's push that higher, 355. This is good. This is actually really good. I know you're probably thinking, man, I don't want to have to pay extra for this, but it actually means that prices are going up. That's where you want to be. I'm filled at 355. All right, let me get the second account. All right. Let me get the right quantity on that one. I'm going to put that in 355. And that's working. Oof, I don't know if that's going to get filled at 355. MP, let's look on the 5-minute chart. If it's pushing higher, it's going to make the option prices go higher. This is on the 5-minute chart. Okay. I just got filled at 355. I was going to say, all right, let me bump it to 360, but I just got filled at 355. So my whole position's at 355 there. Okay. Yeah, managing family money, as exciting as this is causing me to slow down, take a couple breaths, and sure I'm doing everything correctly. This is something new for me, which is exciting. 627. This is the MP 27.5 calls. We got filled all of them at 385. And currently MP's at 3019. Very cool. All right. So I don't see any new trades today. Yeah, what's a nickel between friends? What's a nickel between friends? Garden Therapy had a good question. Why not do the 7-11 MP strike date? 7-11. I could. There's less liquidity over here. This is too tight for me. I'd be looking to roll out if we were 7 days out. But on the June 27th, there's plenty of liquidity. 21 days to expiration is normally where I live. Not quite enough liquidity for me here. July 11th, still not quite enough for liquidity. This one here, July 18th, has buttloads of liquidity. Oh my gosh. Look at that. So if we do need to roll, we'll roll from the 27th out to the 18th. That's what that'll look like. So, okay, I see a couple questions coming through about, let me actually turn on the comments. Apologies for not having done that earlier. Trading today, given all the Israel-Iran turmoil, does not seem wise to me. I'm staying out of the water. Julian, people were saying the literally exact same thing. People were saying literally the exact same thing when I put on trades in May when it was, tariffs, right? There's always a reason not to trade. What you have to do is block out the noise, focus in on your plan. If global politics is part of your plan, add global politics to your plan. If not, it's just noise, right? For me, it's just noise. It's going to be what it's going to be. Now, let's go mark up the charts for the plan on what we're going to do with these, right? Because it's so much fun to enter a trade, but where in the wide world of sports are we going to get out of these trades? So let's do them one at a time. And this is my exit strategy for this. Now, I know one of these things is going to happen, and it might even happen on Monday, and that's fine. But we have to follow our plan that we decided ahead of time. All right, first to RRC. I'm going to make this green because I own RRC now. Very cool. And I'm going to jump and add my bullish ATR levels right here. I got in at 4130. Is that right? 4130? Okay. So got in a little bit higher. That's fine. 4130. And like I say, as exciting as it is to put on trades, do you actually know where you're going to get out? I do. I'm going to have a stop loss set at the half ATR point, which is at 40.62 for me. I am going to roll it if it goes up one ATR at 42.48. I'm going to roll it again if it goes up two ATRs at 43.72. I know exactly what I'm going to do on this, right? That is the mentality you have to have. I know exactly what I'm going to do. There is not a situation that can come through where I don't know what I'm going to do. Doesn't mean I'm going to win. In fact, let's go through the trading psychology on this. Right? There are no expectations on the outcomes of these trades. No expectations on the outcomes of these trades. There are no profit targets. I will just get out when one of my exit signals happens, right? And we're going to go through those exit signals here, like the 10 EMA being broken. The 10 EMA is way down here, so I don't want to have to go that far, right? I don't have to go that far. We need to look to reduce risk. Behind this order block right here, that's annoying. We need to look to reduce risk. So that would be the point where I would get out with a stop loss right there. Are there any order blocks overhead? Not on this one. There are on some others, but not on this one. And that's fine. The OVTLYR heat map stalls. Now let's go get our heat map value because I need to put a spread on this. So we are looking at RRC. Julian says, agree. Global politics, FOMC, ex-dividend dates are part of your plan. Not saying that anyone else should do the same. It's just what makes sense to me. Cool. I mean, you do you. That's what I tell you guys all the time, right? Figure out what plan works for you and roll with that. Just roll with that. So the heat map value today is at 55.63 on the Fear and Greed. In my plan, I would add 10 points to that. So I would say I would get out at 65 on the Fear and Greed. So I'm going to mark on here. Close at 65, Fear and Greed. Yeah, pretty cool, right? I know what I'm going to do. No stress. Let's go to the next one. PBF. PBF we bought at 21.16. 21.16. Let me remove this guy here. I don't want to remove all the drawings, just that one drawing. Remove. Cool. So 21.16 is where I got in. So let's add that to the chart. Opening 21.16 here. Yeah, okay. Let's add our ATRs on the chart, bullish ATR levels. So I know my stop loss is going to be the half ATR. I know where I'm going to roll. It's at one ATR. And I know I'm going to roll again at a second ATR. Cool. And turn this off. And then let's go get our Fear and Greed at PBF. Don't you get it at 63? Good question. So the Fear and Greed value was at 55. When it's at 55, that's between 50 and 75 in OVTLYR. So I give it a 10-point spread. 10-point spread, not that much, but it's enough to make a ton of gains without it going too far and looking for that snapback. If it were less than 50, then I get out at 63. In fact, this one looks like it might be less than 50. This one is at 47.65. So I would exit at 63, right? Is that what I said on there? Yeah, pretty cool, right? So let's go to PBF and let's say, what did I say before? Close at 65. I'm just going to copy this because I'm lazy. And let's add it here. Close at 63. Fear and Greed. Very cool, right? Good to go there. And let's do the last one. The last one was MP. MT says, I thought you'd fill out the heat map on the next day because we know that we got the data right here. The data is right here. Oh, I see what you're saying. Like, this is the yesterday candle. This is all I can base it on, right? This is the information that I have available. If you choose to do that for your plan, go for it, dude. This is how I'm doing it for my plan. The fear and greed on this is 76. Because the fear and greed is so high on this, I'm only going to give it a 5-point spread, which isn't much. I'm going to get a 5-point spread on MP. So let's go. This is the daily chart. Add that line here. Let's add in my text. And it's currently at 76. So I'm going to say close at 81. 81 on the fear and greed. Really not a lot of room to run because I don't want it to snap back on me. Now let's add our ATR points. Got in at 41.30. No, really? 41.30? No. I was going to say there's no possible way. It's 30.30 right now. 30.19 is where I got in. Okay. 30.19. All right. That's where I got in. This is my half ATR below. Now, I know you're probably thinking, wait a minute. That's not exactly right. It's fine. How many pennies is this? Like 10 cents maybe? I'm not going to worry about those little details. Basically, the stock is going to tell me if I'm right or if I'm wrong very quickly. That is the objective here. You want to be right fast. You want to be wrong fast. And by being right fast and wrong fast, you can move quickly to either let your winners run or get the frick out of the way so they don't work against you. Okay, so here's what we got. We got MP, we got PBF, and we got RRC. Any stocks you want to look at? You want to look at CVX, Cody? Cody Vanderveen? Let's go look at CVX, my friend. CVX. It's in the game. Isn't that? Wait, that's probably the wrong stock. All right. Oh, this is why it didn't light up for me, Cody. It's because it happened. The buy signal came through on Monday. The fear and greed is moving up. The sector's moving up. I mean, all that looks good to me, Cody. Actually, I like it a lot, but my plan has me looking at buy signals for today and yesterday and none others. This one came through on Monday and today's Friday. So by all means, dude, it actually looks really, really sharp. Let's double check the chart for Cody real quick. CVX. On top of order blocks right here, 10 over 20, price over 50. CVX looks pretty sharp, dude. Just keep your risk in check. Know where that is at. Know where that is at. Let's go. I love it. Brian has a question. Do you exit as soon as the stop loss is hit, or do you wait to the end of the day if it hits your stop loss at some point during the day? I only trade at the end of the day. I have 2 emergency exit rules. One of them is if it hits an order block. One of them is that if I miss yesterday's stop loss for one reason or another, which can happen, right? We've all seen missing one on accident. I have an intraday exit on that. Elsewise, I only trade at the end of the day. And I do not put any orders in the market for closing. I can't tell you how many times I got stopped out by just a stupid candle wick, and it really sucked. I was so pissed. Let's see. Oh, here we go. Trayson says, there's an interesting anecdote in the complete turtle. You know exactly what I'm talking about then. In the complete turtle trader, where the turtle traders drove up the price because they were all buying it, causing the rest of the market to focus on it and buy as well. My dude, that's fear and greed at work right there. That is exactly what can happen. And I am so happy to have you guys trade along with me because that's going to help my position. Hopecast says, thanks so much for doing this. You're welcome. Listen, if this has been helpful to you at all, since it's free on YouTube, do me a favor and tell everybody you know. I'm not ready to bounce just yet, though. Let's look at a couple other stocks for you guys. Janine wants to see LHX. So next week, I will be out at the lake house. I don't know what my schedule for uploading will be, but we aren't going to have any live streams next week. However, I do believe I'll probably make some videos to keep up with this trade management so you guys know what I'm doing. And they're not going to be as high quality as normal. Just taking the laptop. I'm not taking my whole setup here. But it should still be useful to you next week. I'm very excited about it. Elliot and I, my younger son, we're just going to go vibe at the lake house for a week while my older son is at band camp. Go ahead, make all the band camp jokes you want, but that's the plan. Okay, so LHX is bullish on breadth, bearish on fear and greed, though. Bearish on fear and greed. The stock itself, buy signal, green overlay, so bullish trend, 10 over 20, price over 50, and it is getting really greedy. This is up at 92.7, which means I actually would not trade this. I would not trade this. The farther it gets, the higher it gets in either direction, fear or greed, the more likely it is to snap back. Here's an example over here where it got really fearful and it got down to 203, snapped right back up to 220, right? A 10% gain, just real quick, right quick. And then it continued back down. So this one here getting up to 92.7. This is one I would actually skip. There's no way I'd put this on. Yeah, dad with the sons in the wilderness. Yeah, my older son is at Boy Scout camp right now in West Texas. He'll come back Saturday. Oh man, he's gonna smell so bad. I am not looking forward to that. Manny says snapbacks. The rebroadcast on this probably gonna go out Monday. We're only gonna put out 3 videos next week. I just don't know when that's going to be. Ahmed, the Sultan, wants to look at SCO. I got you, dude. I got you. SCO. Oh, we don't cover SCO? Nope. We cover 2,600 stocks, and we're adding more all the time, but SCO is not one that we cover. Sorry about that, man. But I'll look at the chart for you. Oh, this one looks really bad. I would stay as far away from this as possible. Yikes. My daughter did the USC Trojan band for 4 years. It was amazing. Very cool. My wife and I met in college band. So I am a huge band nerd. Oh, wait a minute. Kostya has a question. Is there a university or some place of higher education that teaches you this strategy? Well, funny you ask.
Are you ready? Let's go!
Respect is earned. Respect is never given.
There we go. OVTLYR University every Tuesday and Thursday, except for next week. We go through everything to teach you how to trade. I love this. The softballs make this so fun. The softballs make this so much fun when you guys ask about it. Yeah, the OVTLYR University is every Tuesday and Thursday, and I go through everything that I've learned how to trade, and I'm teaching you for free on the internet. Now, 50% of you, you're gonna go. The content's gonna go in one ear and out the other. You're gonna listen passively, and it's not gonna do anything for you. 25% of you are going to take this information. You're not going to listen. You're going to apply it incorrectly, and then you're going to come back and say, "Chris, it's all your fault that I lost money." Sorry, I'm teaching you everything that you know. You're not going to win every trade. And then other 25% of you are going to take this. You're going to learn, you're going to implement it, and you're going to change your lives and your kids' lives and your grandkids' lives and all future generations. The choice is yours, how much you're going to listen to this. Manny says, we update the Discord? Of course. I already told Elliot, because he and I are going to hang out next week. I already told Elliot that Dad's going to have to do a little bit of work. That's all right. Let's see. Garden therapy. Is this Rocket Lab or Roblox? I always get those two mixed up. Rocket Lab or Roblox? I think it's Roblox. RBLX. Oh, we don't cover RBLX? Am I doing this wrong? RBLX. Nope, we don't cover it. That's fine. RBLX. It is Roblox. Okay. Oh, wow. Look at Roblox right here. Look at it go. Holy moly. That's a big, beautiful trend right there. Oh my gosh. That's the dream. That is the dream. Now, to that question, is it overextended? Well, that's up to you, right? If you're okay with buying in an uptrend, there are times like here and here and here and here and here and here and here where it feels overextended. But look at the chart, right? You can buy anywhere in the trend, Just know where your exit's going to be. Don't be afraid of gaps. Don't be afraid of anything other than missing the trade because you thought it was overextended. So you do you, follow your plan. And Dustin says, Chris, I blame you for making me money. You are welcome. Hey, look at that. Max Sensation says he's already up $700 on the trade we made. Whoa, that's awesome. Are we really up that high already? I'm pretty flat on RB's, our RC, PBF, pretty flat. MP, oh, MP is running. MP is running. Look at that. It's actually up 50 cents since we bought it just a few minutes ago. I ain't mad. I ain't mad at all. How about you? I hope you guys are all having a fantastic weekend. I will see you sometime next week. I'll put out a Sunday video. This replay will go out on Monday. I will see you next week. I will keep you updated in the Discord with how these trades are going. So don't miss the Discord. Don't miss the Discord, because otherwise I can't help you. I'll have a fantastic day, a fantastic week, and we will talk soon. But listen, watch one of these 2 videos. Only if you want to save time, make money, and start winning with less risk.